Okay, so this is now day 2 of solving quadratics by factoring. We're going to work through 5 more examples of slightly trickier problems, and then in class we're going to work on the problems, the word problems of real life, and see how it's applied. But also I want you to work through the puzzle sheet tonight to practice some more of solving by factoring. So what I want you to do is I want you to practice these 5 examples by yourself. Having paused the video, when you're ready to check your work, press play again. Okay, so with example 6, the first thing you want to do is make the entire equation equal 0. So once you move the 18 over, we then see that our x squared term is negative. So we need to factor out the negative from all 3 terms. We can then factor x squared plus 9x plus 18, thinking what multiplies to 18 and adds to 9. We get x plus 3 and x plus 3 at 6. So set each bracket equal to 0 and solve and isolate for x. We get x is negative 3 and x is negative 6. If you look at example 7, again, we need to set everything onto one side. It's okay to either move everything to the right or everything to the left. So once everything's on one side, we can have a positive 2x squared minus 5x minus 3. We're thinking what multiplies to a negative 6 and adds to negative 5. So when we factor, we get 2x plus 1 and x minus 3, because you would use negative 6 and positive 1. Set each bracket equal to 0 and solve. Don't forget, for the 2x plus 1, 2x is equal to negative 1, so you still have to divide by 2. So you get that x is either a half or a positive 3. For example 8, you need to expand this vertex form by squaring x plus 4 to get x squared plus 8x plus 16. Distribute the 2 and collect like terms so that it equals 0. We can then start to factor. So you factor out a 2, and now we're factoring x squared plus 8x plus 7. So it multiplies to 7 and adds to 8, 1, and 7. So our two values are that x can be a negative 1 or x can be a negative 7. Looking at question number 9, looking at what we can factor out, you can factor out a 3x, and then you're left with x plus 4. So one of your factors is 3x, meaning x can be 0, and the other factor is x plus 4, which means x could be a negative 4. Example 10, 9x squared minus 25, was a difference of squares. So remember, you had identical brackets, except one was a plus and one was a minus. So 3x plus 5 equals 0 and 3x minus 5 equals 0. Isolating for x, remember to divide by the coefficient, and x could either be a positive 5/3 or a negative 5/3. Again, I want you to work on the puzzle sheet for practice, and then tomorrow we'll work on word problems in class.